this the stuff you want?
Yeah. That'll finish it off good. Curly, what about a drink?
Why not? Sure. Have a case of stout here yet?
Nah, get the whiskey. I'll get some decent glasses here.
The other fella's gone off the toys to give John a hand with the milking.
Did you hear anything?
No. My mother said if Katie wasn't too bad, she'd come up early.
Good luck.
Look. This is the time I was going in about the ticket.
Yeah, you could do it in the morning, pay the balance and collect it.
I think I need a suitcase too. I think I'll go into Cappawhite and get a decent one. And I won't forget you, Eddie, what you did for me for the money, with the money and all.
Ah, I wish it could be more, Curly.
I won't be long paying you back.
Forget it. There's still time, though, to
No.
Okay. Mama?
Why not? Where's Julia?
Ah, somewhere about.
I suppose she'd be glad to be on her way.
Yeah. Guess I'd be glad myself.
But you enjoyed yourself, Eddie.
I did, Curly. But it's gone. You know, I reckon I expected too much. When I got out of the taxi that brought us here, I thought that there at the door would be my mother, dressed in the same apron she'd on the day I left instead of an old woman. And that I'd see my father striding up from the fields to welcome me home with the same amount of hair in his head and it was as black as it used to be. I don't know. You forget to count the years, I guess. Come on, drink up, lad.
Oh, jeez, we'll be langers.
Can you think of something better to do?
Are you going for the towies later?
Yeah, it's the last chance I have.
Oh, John'd be devastated if anything happened to Katie.
I know. Curly, what does Eileen say about your going? I understand you told the old fella last year you were thinking of getting married. What did he say?
He didn't stop talking for a week.
Then you wrote to me.
There was no other way. I'll come back, Eddie.
Oh, hi, Curly. Oh, thank goodness we've only got one more full day left after this. I can't wait to hear the roar of traffic again.
'Tis quiet here, Julia.
Oh, so damn quiet, Curly. I just can't sleep nights.
Maybe we should have fitted a pneumatic drill under your bed, honey. Then you could sleep all day.
No need for a pneumatic drill, Buster. The sound of your adenoids giving their death rattle all night's enough for anyone. Say, who's on the liquor?
We're just having a little sup.
Ed, I don't want you introducing Curly to the pleasures of life.
Don't worry. We know when to stop.
Seems I heard that somewhere before. Where are the old folks?
Over at Towies.
Gee, I feel sorry for that girl Katie losing her kid. Say, I just remembered something, Ed. You haven't taken me to a wake anywhere. All the things you told me about wakes here in Ireland.
Even the wakes aren't what they used to be, Julia.
Oh, I hear everyone has a great time. Plenty to eat, plenty of liquor, and some harmless petting with the girls down the field.
Cut it out!
What's so wrong? Ed, I'm just asking.
Well, then
Curly.
just don't ask him.
Oh, for goodness sake, what's so wrong? I mean, you were the one who told me what happens at these wakes when someone dies.
Will you shut up?
Eddie!
If you're Irish, come into the parlor. There's a welcome there for you. Well, seeing as everyone else is having such a great time, I might as well join in. Fill her up, Curly.
'Tis strong stuff, Julia.
Oh, I'm a strong girl, Curly. The Lord must have known what sort of life I was going to live. Well, the top of the morning, or whatever they say.
Good health, Julia. Another Eddie.
Sure.
I think you nearly had enough.
Curly, maybe in time you will get to know that where drink is concerned, those words don't mean a thing to my husband.
Sure, a man needs to get blind drunk every now and again if he's to see things straight at all.
I will try and figure that one out on the voyage back, Curly.
Hey, why don't we have a dance here tomorrow night? Could you fix it, Curly? Could you get a couple of barrels of beer and a couple of fiddlers and really let ourselves go?
Oh, yeah, how about it, Curly?
No reason at all, except himself.
Ah, to hell with him. For once, take no heed and go ahead. Can you fix something?
Yeah, I can get a couple of fiddlers, all right. And sure, there's no problem with the booze.
What more do we need?
A room to lock me father in.
Oh, Ed, let's wind the vacation up with a good memory to take back.
Anyway, Curly deserves a farewell due.
Yep. We gotta send the boy out into the world with a song in his heart.
Okay, Curly, let's have another.
The fire's going down. I better bring in some more turf.
Look at that sunset. You think the mountain was on fire?
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Nothing. Nothing.
Oh, Ed, you promised.
Sure, I promise. This is the end of my vacation, isn't it? Probably the only vacation of my life, and if I feel like getting drunk, I'll get drunk. You want a refill, honey?
No, thanks.
You know, I'm half glad to be going back. And you know, you can't wait to get your heels out.
No,
Oh, you needn't tell me you think this is the far corner of nowhere. Sure you do.
I never said that,
Sure you
Ed.
never said it, but this is better than you or I will ever have.
And whose fault
You
is
can
that?
tell. I can even tell myself. Half the goddamn world can tell, but you're all wrong. Shall I tell you for why? Because I'm a steady man with a good job and good pay. Yes, sir, I'm a city man.
Well, it's good to see someone happy.
Eileen, the light of my life.
That's what you called her the last time.
Then she's the apple of my eye this time.
I wouldn't let him get too near you, Eileen. He stinks of whiskey.
Oh, I don't know how the men can drink that stuff.
Oh, and I wouldn't let Curly get too near either. He's racing neck and neck with his brother in the liquor stakes.
Hello, Curly.
Hello, Eileen. Any news?
No.
Any news? Any news? He has that girl for 2 hours in a grassy ditch last night. Now when he meets her today, all he can say is, any news?
Let me put the turf on, you'll spoil it.
Come over here, Curly. Your glass is empty.
You've nearly had enough to drink.
Don't worry, honey. We'll leave some for you for a nightcap.
I don't know what's come over him this vacation, Eileen. Vacations aren't good for this man.
He'll feel the good of it when he goes back.
Eileen, what are you going to have?
Oh, nothing for me, Eddie. I don't drink. I'll put the kettle on and make some tea for myself and Julia.
Always keep it that way, kid.
Will I fill the kettle?
No, you stay here with me, brother.
He might fall into the well.
There's enough in it. Take no heed to them, Julia. We'll talk with ourselves. Maybe you'll tell me all about America.
Hey, you two shouldn't even be here. What's a summer's evening like this for except for people like you in a country like this? Jesus, Curly, you think you had the rest of your life to spend here instead of 2 more nights?
Maybe I'll fill the kettle after all.
Oh, honey. You got the perfect knack of saying the right thing at the wrong moment.
Yeah, I got the perfect knack. And the way I see it, my brother's got a perfect girl and he's leaving it because he doesn't know.
Please, can
you
anyone do
time me
anything
know?
around here without everyone wanting to give him advice and telling him what to do? No. I know what I want to do.
Okay.
Curly, I don't think you should have any more from that bottle.
Hell, Julie, can't you let a guy have a drink in peace?
Well, you should be the one to tell him to stop, Ed, not me.
He's over 21, isn't he? Any man over that age should be allowed to go wherever he wants to, even to hell.
Oh, brother. This looks as if it's setting out to be a memorable evening.
Curly, close the door there. I'll put the light on.
No, don't put the light on.
What's wrong, Eddie?
Don't put the light on.
Don't act silly.
Eileen, stand there. Back a little into the shadows.
What's wrong, Eddie? You look like you've seen a ghost.
That's it, Eileen. Like a ghost. Curly, look,
Look at what?
Look at me acting the fool. Too much strong whiskey, Eddie.
Maybe. Eileen, I'm
I'll
sorry.
turn the light on.
No, Curly. Leave it like this.
Well, one thing, it's romantic.
Eileen, can you sing?
Oh, I can croak, Eddie, but you wouldn't call it singing.
Well, she can sing.
Curly,
Do you know? Do you know the last rose of summer?
Eddie, I can't sing.
Oh, sing, Eileen.
For me, Eileen, please. The last rose of summer.
You'll all run away.
Oh, sing, Eileen. They say that music soothes the savage beast.
Curly, will you help me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll start you. Tis the
Last rose of summer left blooming alone. All her lovely companions are faded and gone. No flower of her kindred, no rosebud is nigh to reflect back her blushes or give sigh for sigh. I'll not leave thee, thou lone one, to pine on the stem, since the lovely are sleeping. Go and sleep thou with them. Thus kindly I scatter thy leaves o'er the bed, while thy maids of the garden lie scentless and dead.
Oh, that was lovely, Eileen. Oh. You should do something about having your voice trained. You're good. I always say that only the Irish can sing sad songs properly. Why are there so many sad songs here?
I suppose it's because we're always going away.
I remember here, just here, the horse's collar used to hang, and every time you came in the back door and passed by, there was a great sweet smell of the hayfield from it.
Curly, what about you giving us a song?
Oh, I can't sing.
And here by the door to the back room, the milk churn always stood. And in the hot summer days, you could drink mug after mug of it.
Tell me all about America, Julia, and all the posh style.
Well, it sure is God's own country, Eileen. For those who want to get up and go, there's nothing in the world to stop them.
And there was a small cracked mirror hanging on the wall here. And in the evenings, I used to hop around in front of it trying to shave and then bending down to see my hair to plaster it down with soapy water.
In America, Eileen, we got the biggest of everything. The biggest bridges, the biggest houses, the largest automobiles. Folks just think big in everything they do there. It's just that kind of a country.
Oh, I'd love to get one sight of New York, but I've seen it so many times in the pictures.
And here, under the horse's collar, there was a firm. And when I was in as good order as I could make myself, I'd sit here with one eye on the clock, tick, tock, tick, tock, and the other on my father. And when it was coming near the time, my heart would start to pound, knowing she was leaving her house just then and going down the lane to meet me. And as soon as my father bent over the fire to light his pipe, I was out like a hare, Katie, okay.
It must surely be a great city, but I'd never get used to the money. I could never change the dollars into pounds, shillings, and pence. I'd be robbed every day.
Oh, it's easy, honey, and a much better system than in Europe. You see, there are 100 cents to every dollar. I'm not sure what the exchange rate here is, but it's roughly $3 to every pound.
Oh, makes it sound like an awful lot of money.
Yeah, everything there is 3 times bigger than it is anywhere else, including that goddamn Heads.
Oh, Ed, no more whiskey.
Head's gotta drink whatever he goddamn feels like, and he's gonna get goddamn plastered if he wants to.
Well, put the light on so we can see you when you fall.
Oh, God, listen to her. The queen of repartee.
The kettle's boiling. Maybe I'll make the tea.
Curly, you want a drink? Honey, you got a glass?
I'm having a cup of tea with Eileen, Ed.
No. No. Tonight, let's be ourselves. Let's be truly our American selves. Big, big, big phonies. I can't carry the pretense any longer, and you must be feeling the strain too.
Ed, you'll be sorry tomorrow for all the things you've said and are likely to say.
I'm only sorry for the things I haven't said. I'm a phony, a no good stinking loser. That's what I should have said the first time I came in that door.
It must be awful to live at the top of one of these tall buildings, Julia.
No, they've all got elevators.
Sure, they've all got elevators, except 2461 where we live.
Take you right to the top in seconds.
There you gotta push your way up the stairs past Puerto Ricans and stinking eye-ties who live in the apartments below, making sure where you put your feet because the kids make a lavatory of the steps.
Oh, gee, you should see those swell apartments, honey. No turf or coal fires there. Everything is centrally heated. The same heat in every corner of the room, no matter what the weather.
I think I'd miss the old turf fire, but I would love to have one of those refrigerators.
Yeah, you gotta have refrigeration.
Oh, people in the States, Eileen, they just wouldn't dream of living without a cooler.
You gotta keep the meat and the eggs and the milk in it. We got one. Yeah, we got a freezer. Only thing is, it don't freeze. We even keep the bread in that way the rats don't get it.
Oh, and you should see some of those big stores, honey. You know, you could spend a whole week inside of one of them and never need to go outside once.
Oh, it must be marvelous.
Oh, everything and anything you want to buy.
Yeah, you buy the whole damn joint if you got the money. Don't forget to write home and tell the folks what a wonderful time you're having and what a wonderful guy you are and how in America you got all the breaks. Break your goddamn back.
And when you first see all those wonderful things, oh, you wonder where you've been all your life.
Sure, we never see Anton here.
A young person's buried in a place like this.
Yeah, they're buried here. So when you come home to see the dead, you got to make sure everyone knows who's alive and who's dead. You can't come back with a shirt and 2 pairs of socks locked in the little wooden box your father made for you when you went. Then they might really know who's dead.
Oh, and when you got a boyfriend there, oh, he really shows you the big time.
No, you got to have 3 or 4 bags with cabin and stateroom labels stuck all over them. And you got to buy the biggest goddamn stateroom trunk you can afford. Oh, we made sure they wouldn't know we were dead. Only thing is, there's no goddamn clothes in it.
Parties, dances, and into the country on a summer's evening in a smart car, movies.
Movies? Hold it.
All Curly and me's ever done is go dancing on a Sunday night.
This guy says to me once, any American on vacation's a disgrace to the Stars and Stripes unless he carries a camera. We got one, $250 worth of camera, takes pictures too. Hired for the month at $20 a week.
Oh, you haven't lived, honey. Over there, a girl can look like a queen. Latest styles, beautiful shoes, jewelry you think cost a fortune. And you can dine in the snazziest restaurants and have all the boys staring at you.
So help me. So help me God, what a goddamn country. And I've been going to bed night after night for the past 10 years with the same dumb bitch.
Ed!
She doesn't want to hear all that crap. She's got everything here. She doesn't want to know.
I'm going out for a walk if you're going to shout like this.
Do. And come back when you've learned the value of things that make us all look dead here.
Come on, Julia, we'll take a walk down, maybe meet Mary Kate and Tom coming back.
No place for anyone here. Unless they're full to the eyes of whiskey.
I never thought it was like that for you, Eddie.
That's the way it is, Curly. And finish shooting the line. That's the way it's going to be for you, for the same reasons that happened to me. You'll hit liquor, because it's the only way out for you. When it's too late to do the things you first set out to do.
Oh, jeez. Every man deserves his chance.
He doesn't have to take chances if he'll only listen to reason, Curly. There's some things I don't know about you.
What are they?
What, do you want this girl,
I don't want to
Eileen?
talk about those things.
You gotta tell me, Curly. The years go by and a girl can't wait. I know.
She'll wait for me.
Don't make her wait. Curly. Does she meet you down in Morahan's Lane in the summer evening, just when it's getting dark? Answer me.
Sometimes.
And do you go along our field with the high hedge into the fort at the far end?
Sometimes.
Does she smile that smile of hers when you arrange to meet up again the next day?
Yes, yes.
And do you keep thinking of it all the next day?
Yes, because my heart's breaking
Well, then,
for her.
Curly, as sure as God's above, I know he wouldn't stand in the way of that desire or question it. So why should any man either? Curly, you got $300 there. You can do things with that.
No, it's too late
No,
now.
Curly, do it.
No, we can't go back on arrangements.
They're the only things you can go back on. Jesus, Curly, if you were never to have another cent, if you were never to have another new suit in your back again, spend it on her, Curly. Put the finest ring on her finger you can find with the money and with your arms around her. Take her in front of him, in front of God, and say, this is the girl I'm going to have for me, Curly.
I can't now.
Tomorrow, don't stop in the town. Go straight to Castle Bar with the money. And if you do this, it'll be right. And I'll know I'll have done something worthwhile for the first time in my life.
Eileen.
Eddie,
No,
Curly,
no.
I just come back to tell you.
No.
Katie. Katie O'Hara's dead.
You promised. You let me down. You promised. Where do you want it? Want to smoke?
No.
Want a coffee?
No.
Do you know if Curly said anything?
Anything?
Anything before you went to Castle Bar?
Such as?
Anything about stopping in town to pick up his boat ticket on the way?
That's what he's gone for, isn't it?
What time did he leave?
About 9.
Hell, why didn't someone call me?
Ed, I called you 5 times this morning. The last time you sat up in bed and you told me to get the hell out of it. What do you want me to do? Lift you out?
I don't ask you to do a damn thing.
Ed, we can't go on like this anymore. I can't go on like it anymore.
Let's not start in now. Time enough when we get back.
It's somewhere we gotta stop.
Carry on with your packing, honey. Me, I gotta have a drink.
Oh, no, Ed, no more. Ed, you promised Ed, listen to me,
Look, if
please.
you're gonna start shouting your mouth off in the same old way, I don't want to hear.
Well, I'm gonna say it. Because you and I can't go on anymore the way we've been going on this past 10 years. I've asked myself this question many, many times before. Now let me ask you. Ed, why did you marry me?
I don't want to answer any of your questions this morning. I got a head.
You got a head. Sure, it's always something that's wrong with you. It's always, it seems, as if I'm the cause of it.
I don't want to hear your moaning this morning.
No, Ed, you don't, but I gotta sit around and listen to yours. I gotta sit quiet and say nothing while you stamp and walk in me. I don't know what you're looking for, Ed, but I've been breaking my heart for the past 10 years trying to find it and give it to you.
Yeah, you've done a great job.
Sure, I've done a great job. I've put up with more from you than any other woman would alive or dead. Maybe I don't fit in here. Maybe I don't. But you don't have to go out of your way to make it as obvious as you can.
Oh, look, let's not get into that.
Oh, I will. I will. Last night I sat around by this fire, smiling and trying to close my ears and other people's to the things that you were saying. And what was worse, saying them as if all that's happened to us was my fault. No, Ed, I'm not the line shooter. You are.
Goddamn right I am, because I gotta be.
Oh, yes, Ed, you gotta be. But while you're living your past from a whiskey bottle, I gotta shoot a line to the butcher and the baker and the grocery man so we can live. I know I ain't got folks who live the good, simple life you're so fond of talking about when your eyes are glazed with alcohol. Oh, no, Ed. Don't look like that. I'm going to tell you now if it's the last thing I do. I don't mind what line you shoot, Ed, but after all I've done and suffered, I can't take being humiliated anymore. You promised things, Ed,
But what about this last year?
Sure, you did fine. You saved almost $1,000 and you didn't touch it. The only thing is, you didn't do it for yourself and you didn't do it for me. I could have been happy and proud for you. No. Curly wanted to come over and your folks wanted you to take a vacation and bring him with you. For the first time in 10 years, you had one of those plans that you keep talking about, so you quit the bottle.
I can chuck it any time.
You said you can chuck it when you got someone to work for, but I don't seem to come in anywhere. And when Curly's back there, we'll both carry on as before. Sure, we haven't got a swell apartment, but we could have, if we'd only stick to one job long enough to get somewhere in it. But the way things are going, it looks like we're going to end our days in the same rat warren. I guess some girl must have let you down. So you took me in to vent your anger on. Big mistake. I know you had no memories of courting me down a country lane or dancing at the crossroads on a warm summer's evening. We used to just go walking in the park. And I knew you weren't even with me half the time. And in the movies, when I held your hand, I'd suddenly feel it go from me, and I'd wonder what I'd done. I'd do everything I could to make you feel happy, and just when I thought I was succeeding, you'd say something that would bring tears to my eyes. And even though I should have left you, I never did. I had no folks who got their dinner from their garden instead of the store. I had no folks at all that I can remember. And if in all my life the only green I'd ever seen was the grass in Central Park, was that my fault? Was that any reason for you to come home night after night and speak to me as if all the troubles in your life were caused by me? No, Ed, all the troubles in your life you poured on yourself from a whiskey bottle. And because I had no folks of my own, I thought it was great to look upon yours as mine. And when Thanksgiving time came around and I knew they could do with something, it wasn't you, Ed. It wasn't you. It was my hard hours at the dime store that made it possible to send a check. And when you wanted to take a flyer home like all the other folks do now, I just thought if I could get you on a boat for a few days, you might arrive in better condition to be seen. I don't know what you wanted me to be, Ed. No point you standing at the apartment window on a rainy evening, swaying there with a whiskey bottle in your hand, wishing that the past would catch up with you and make you a man again.
Sorry, honey. I guess I've been
Ed,
a bigger bastard than I thought I was.
I'm all you've got. Not your mother, not your father, not Curly. You got no one but me. Whatever you're going to find out of life, you got to find out where you've been for the past 15 years, no matter what.
I don't know what's been in me. I should have taken this trip years ago and get stuff out of my system.
Ed, anyone else, anywhere would have run out on you before this.
Why didn't you?
I guess, Ed, because I loved you.
You never said that to me before.
I was afraid that if I did, you'd say something that would ever stop me feeling that way again.
Oh, Julie, I've wasted my life, and yours I've made a hell.
And tonight at the party, when everyone's here, you'll be right in the center of it. And I'll be out on the edge like some odd piece of baggage that you brought along.
No, Julie, I am sorry.
Being sorry isn't enough, Ed. You're sorry when you drink too much. You're sorry when the money's all gone. Maybe I haven't been the girl of your dreams. I know we'll never go courting down Moorhan's Lane, but God, how I wish sometimes you just put your arms around me.
Julie.
Ed, even now on the last day of our vacation, we could start something. We could start again from here.
So help me God, Julie. I will.
You know, if you loved me, if only for all the things I've had to suffer, the next time we wouldn't have to shoot any lines or carry empty stateroom trunks around with us. If you'd only leave it alone, Ed, let me help. We could do anything. Anything.
Julie, I will. I swear to God, I will. But I can't do it on my own. I can't. I can't. I need help.
I'm not going anywhere, Ed. I'm not going anywhere, Ed. I'm here.
Julie, you know something? Someday, we will come back to this place again. But we come back different people. We won't be the same. It'll always be here, Julie, but you know what, kid? What about now? Let's go home.
Let's go.
Can you give me a...
Sure.
Be with you.
now, that's nearly the end of the Mary Kate.
Oh, God bless you, Eileen.
Well, it was the best stew I was ever at.
Ah, 'twas a good send-off, surely. Everybody seemed to be enjoying themselves. I was too tired to clean the house up when it was over.
Ah, sure. Won't take us long.
No.
Wasn't Julia in great form?
The happiest I've seen her since she came. And between himself and Eddie, the legs were nearly danced off her.
And him always laid off about the carousing and the high life too.
There's a good kick in him yet.
Kick is right. Where is he now?
Oh, he said goodbye earlier before the car came. Eileen, the old men don't like to see them crying. They leave that to the women.
Isn't it awful quiet the place has gone now, Mary Kate? Ah, shush. Don't worry. They'll all be back again soon.
Aye, they'll be back. But myself and himself are getting old.
Ah, you'll be getting the place ready again before you know where you are.
Waiting comes easy to the young ones.
Waiting doesn't come easy to anyone, Mary Kate.
I suppose not, love.
Julia and Eddie enjoyed the holiday.
Oh, they did, surely. Julia was telling me this morning that she was sorry to be leaving. But Eddie, he was raring to get back. You'd think to be the other way around. They disappeared for about an hour last night during the dancing.
Well, you know the force down at the end of Moorhan's Lane?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you know how hot it got in here with the dance and everything?
It was hot.
So me and Curly decided to take a walk down to the fort to get a bit of air.
Yeah.
But there was something in there. So Curly went in to find out, and he pulled this fella out of the grass.
Who was it?
Oh, Mary Kate. It was Eddie.
Eddie. What was he doing in there?
Oh, he nearly hit Curly before he realised who it was.
Will you stop laughing and tell me?
'Cause Mary Kate, he was courting.
Oh, Mother of God. And him a married man. Who with?
With Julia.
Julia. Well, 'tis true what I've heard. Them Yanks are daft.
Oh, Mary Kate.
These small glasses are yours, by the way.
Oh, I'll leave you those, Mary Kate.
Well, you never know. We might be needing them soon.
What about the porter cases?
No, leave them alone. They're too heavy. Tom will be in a minute and I'll get him to take them out.
Oh, I might go when he comes. You might want to have a little chat with him.
Yeah, but you'll come back later.
Oh, I will. Well, Tom.
Well, Eileen,
Tom, will you start moving out those porter cases so we can start tidying the place up a bit?
and a fine mess it's in too.
I've been a long time waiting for you to throw a hoolie like that in here, Tom Marr.
And you'll be as long again if I'd me away.
Ah, sure. We couldn't let them go without some bit of a do.
Huh? A bit of a do. There'd be no do only for the way I was caught on the hop at the last minute, and they'd been wondering what about it until this buck from Florine's arrived smiling outside the door with a fiddle under his arm. I've come to play for the party, he says. Well, I'll tell you. Are these all empties?
Yes. Tom, there's something I want to speak to you about.
You'll have to wait. The place is like it should be in.
Tom, will you lay down that case for a minute and hear what I have to say?
Well, go on and tell me. And be quicker about it. There's a cow in the hay.
Remember Curly and Eileen Tierney were thinking of getting married some time ago.
Marion. Are that deaf women talking? There'd be no Marion.
Well, you know why Curly didn't go?
That's cause for the first time in 25 years, he's beginning to act and think with a bit of sense.
He went to Castlebar yesterday.
Aye, and he stopped and talked about the trick he was doing. But all my talk didn't go in vain after all. He saw where he'd be better off.
When he spoke to you last night during the dancing, he didn't tell you anything else.
And that book don't say too much, only that he wasn't going to America. And Jesus, right to the bitter end, he wouldn't give me any credit for having changed his mind.
Did you know something on Eileen Tierney this morning?
Only that the eyes were half burnt out of her head from being up all night.
Tom, will you stand easy for a minute and hear what I have to say?
What are you trying to say?
Curly and Eileen are getting married.
Over my dead body, dear.
He went to the priest yesterday.
And the priest.
To fix up.
Do you think the priest is daft enough to take notice?
He fixed a day with him and everything.
Is it raving you are, woman?
No, unless I am, maybe with the joy.
Are you all gone mad?
Did you notice anything on Eileen Tierney's finger?
And what's wrong with her finger?
She She has a ring on it.
From where?
From Curly.
And where would he get a ring?
In Castlebar yesterday. The fair money Eddie gave him.
And how much did he pay for it?
£60.
£60. £60 for a ring! £60! The price of a bloody good cow!
Is his mind made up?
I'm made up. He'd be the cause of us all going into the workhouse.
It's no good you shouting anymore.
Jesus almighty. I don't know what to think at all. Huh? Anyway, where's the go out? £60. Yeah. Well, do you know what? I'll tell you one thing. £60 on a woman's finger. I'll tell you one thing. I don't know, did you swear it was got at the side of the road? You'd swear it was got at the side of the ditch. I don't know. Fellas and out fellas and this and that and the other thing.
Yeah. You told him?
Yeah.
Curly's back.
Let me have a look at it again. Oh, 'twould dazzle you.
Oh, who'd have thought that Curly would have it in him to buy a grand thing like that for me?
Oh, God bless you, Eileen. I'm happier than yourself.
Oh, shush, Mary Kate. What'll Tom say at all when he comes in and sees us crying?
Oh, the saying is, 'tis all gone out of him. Oh, here's Curly.
Hello, Curly.
Eileen?
Well, Curly, 'tis proud of you I am.
'Tis proud I am myself.
Have you seen him yet?
No. But I'll be ready for him.
You're getting married.
Yeah.
There's a cow in the hay. Someone want to go out and put her out.
I'll go.
And we better get started on painting that too, now that it's up.
I got some more paint.
Red paint.
Black.
Where's that tin of American tobacco Eddie had?
It's in the room. I'll get it.
I'll go out to the cow.
I'll come with you.
Curly. And what did you do with that tin of black paint?
On the dresser there.
Woo!
Now, here's your tin of American tobacco.
I better bring the tin in with me. Well, Jesus, if there's black paint he wants on it.
It's been a hard day for you and all, Tom, with Eddie going.
Eddie and Julia will be well on their way now.
They will surely.
You said they'd come back again soon.
Aye, maybe next year.
Maybe next year. The mother too. When are they getting married?
Monday. Monday, 3 weeks.
Jesus. Monday, 3 weeks. Jesus, what are they rushing into that thing at all for? He's only after paying £60 for a ring show. Where would he get money for that? I haven't a bob to give him anyway. Is that something? Jesus, I owe Bill Tierney money for hay. Jesus, Monday, 3 weeks. There's something on that night. Monday, 3. Well, Jesus, you know, I swear he does it to me on purpose. Monday, 3 weeks. The bloody fair day in Castlebar.